While voters are heading to the polls today for several key primary races across the country, ballots are being cast in primaries in New York, Utah, and Colorado. And in South Carolina, there's a Republican primary runoff in the state's 3rd congressional district. So let's start in Colorado. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is one of 6 Republicans seeking the party's nomination in the state's 4th congressional district. Boebert currently represents the 3rd district, but switched from her home district in an effort to avoid a tough re-election bid. And in the state's 3rd district, which Boebert is leaving, there are 6 Republicans vying for her soon-to-be open seat. One of the candidates is former Republican State Representative Ron Hanks, who was at the January 6th riots at the Capitol. Hanks maintains he did not enter the building during the insurrection. Over in Utah, Republican voters will make their pick for retiring Senator Mitt Romney's seat. U.S. State Representative John Curtis is seen as the more moderate front runner and the person more in line with Senator Romney's views. His Trump-backed challenger, Mayor Trent Staggs, is hoping the former president's endorsement will propel him to a victory in the reliably red state. And in South Carolina, voters are casting their ballots in the state's hotly contested GOP primary runoff. The race pits former President Trump-backed candidate Mark Burns against his fellow Republican Sherry Briggs, who's backed by the state's Governor Henry McMaster. Whoever goes on to win today's runoff is expected to be a heavy favorite in the upcoming November election. We are also tracking what has shaped up to be the most expensive congressional primary in history, with almost $25 million raised and spent. We're talking about New York's 16th district, where incumbent Jamaal Bowman is facing primary challenger Westchester County Executive George Latimer. Bowman is trailed in several polls, causing concern over the future of the House's Democratic group known as the Squad in Washington. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane took the Amtrak to New Rochelle, New York. I actually don't know if that's the route that you took. But, Scott, normally a race like this, it's a House seat, reliably Democratic. It wouldn't gain so much attention or money. What makes this different?
Let's take a moment to celebrate your instincts. I did indeed take the Amtrak to Mount Vernon, New York. And this is simply a preposterous amount of money to be throwing around for a primary race for a U.S. House seat. $25 million. It's unheard of, and there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, the smaller issue is it's expensive here. Advertising is specifically expensive in Westchester County in New York City. If America's congressional districts were like a monopoly board, this is Boardwalk and Park Place to pay the rent. But the bigger issue is this has become a proxy battle over the war in Gaza. Jamaal Bowman, the incumbent, is being funded by those who are critical of Israel's handling of the war. The challenger, George Latimer, is being deeply funded by those who think Jamaal Bowman is being too critical of Israel's handling of the war. Take a listen to George Latimer on the stump late today talking to CBS News about the amount of money flowing in this race.
The amount of money is really, overwhelming. I certainly would support campaign finance reform in a more robust way. I don't know how you get it through the Supreme Court, giving Citizens United and Buckley Vallejo. But the bottom line is that the amount of money that's being spent in this race is indicative of what happens on a national level when even one House seat becomes important in the macro chess game that's played.
Jamaal Bowman has had a pretty rough year. He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor for pulling a fire alarm during a key vote in 2023. He would be, if he doesn't win this primary, the second incumbent in all of Congress to lose a primary to a non-sitting member challenger. And Lindsay, ultimately, he's facing this torrent of outside money, which has helped back George Latimer and infuse George Latimer's campaign with an awful lot of energy as polls opened here this morning.
All right, Scott, we know you will continue to track that, but before you go, you have the latest on some high-profile January 6th defendants, including an actor from the show Bob's Burgers.
A whole series of high-profile guilty pleas in January 6 cases over the past 24 hours. Perhaps none more famous than the Hollywood actor who is acknowledged or is about to acknowledge his role in January 6th, the plea hearing on July 8th. His name is Jay Johnston, an actor from Arrested Development, an actor from Bob's Burgers. There was also a sitting school board member from Virginia, still on the school board, who now has a plea hearing set for Monday in his January 6th case, one of the lower-level elected officials, but not the only elected official to be charged for January 6th. Lindsay, the cases keep coming, and I'm told by the Justice Department to expect more arrests still. in the coming months.
Okay, Scott MacFarlane, thank you. Quick programming note, you can stream the first presidential debate right here on CBS News 24/7. Coverage will begin Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern on America Decides. The debate is at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have analysis after. Of course, you can follow CBS News 24/7 for today's primary elections as well.